What have you done? It's been 7 more days since we talked. What have you done? Yes, you. What have you done to further your business, to further your digital real estate empire? Have you picked up the phone? Have you picked up this phone and called anybody? Or have you spent the entire week watching YouTube videos and binging on shit that requires you or allows you to hide behind your keyboard and not do anything? How many cold calls have you made? In fact, I want to know, did anybody make at least 10 cold calls, which is nothing? That's like barely one a day. That's just over 1 per day. So I'm not talking about no answers. I'm talking about in the last 7 days, did anybody talk to at least or more than 10 people? If you did, please comment below. And if you didn't, what are you doing? If you did not make any cold calls, or you did not make 10 cold calls in the last week and you spent an hour on that call, what are you freaking doing? You're wasting your time. That is called mental masturbation. You are watching a YouTube video and then you're looking at the recommended YouTube video and then another recommended video. Guys, start doing something. Quit reading the books and start implementing the books. Read 1 book this year. Instead of I'm gonna read 52 books, 1 a week, and I'm just gonna consume. Read 1 book and produce every single week. What have you guys done in the last 7 days to further your empire? What have you done to push the freaking needle? Now, really quick, I want to do a quick recap on the perfect framework for a cold calling script. Now, I did not give you guys the exact script last week. That is what I reserve for those that are in my Digital Landlords program. That is my exact script, the one that I use for prospecting, the one that I use for closing. But I did give a framework for you, whoever you are. For those of you guys that are not in my program, that is a framework for you to develop your own cold calling script. So I want to just really quickly give you the framework, and then we're going to get into today's topic. So here's the framework for those that were not on the call. 4-step framework for developing the perfect cold calling script. If you guys want the in-depth version of this framework, go watch episode 9. It was called Pick Up the Phone and Start Dialing. So take one of these pieces of paper. Let me give you the framework. Step number 1, who you are. When you call these business owners, who are you? Are you letting them know who you are? And by the way, this is not in order. I have messed with the order. I'm just giving you the steps. Number 2, what you're doing. Why are you calling? Give the person that you're calling a damn good reason of why they should listen to you. Why they shouldn't just hang up the phone like they've done the last 20 times. Why should they even continue to listen to you? That's step number 2, what you are doing. Number 3, tell them what the deal is. And what I mean by that is you already told them why you're calling. Now say, hey, here's the deal. I'm going to give you this, and I'm going to give you this in exchange for this. And by the way, emphasize more on what's in it for you than what's in it for them. And I know that sounds backwards because everyone wants to cold call and they want to say, oh, and I'm going to give you leads and da-da-da-da-da, and it's exclusive and blah. No, that's great. You can touch on that, but they already know that they're getting leads, okay? That's the whole purpose of this call. What 99% of people do not do is they do not emphasize and stress on what's in it for them as the salesperson. And if you do not do this, the person on the other end of the line could be interested, could have had a conversation that morning about why they need to buy leads. But if you do not emphasize on what's in it for you as the salesperson, people are going to say not interested. And they're going to say not interested. And it doesn't mean they're not interested. It means that they are confused and they think it's a scam and they think it's too good to be true. And when people think it's too good to be true, they're not going to tell you, hey, I think this is too good to be true. Or worse, in my opinion, is they're going to pretend that they're interested. Yeah. Sounds good. And they're going to hang up the phone and they're never going to answer your call again, or they're just going to take your free leads, run with them, and never pick up the call again. So that's step number 3. And step number 4 is you need to transition. Guys, there's times to pause, there's times not to pause. You need to work on your transitions, and that's in between each one of these steps, but especially once you go into the deal. And as soon as you get done explaining the deal, you need to transition and make it smooth and effortless and not give them an opportunity to object, but instead let them go with you and take them to the next step. So 1 more time, who you are. Number 2, what you're doing. Number 3, what the deal is, what's in it for them, what's in it for you. And number 4, transition ever so smoothly, just like butter, into the next step.